One of Putin's highest-ranking military allies claimed during a military exhibition that Russia has debunked many myths about the superiority of Western military standard as he presented a vast array of Western lethal aid allegedly captured from the battlefield. Vladimir Putin flaunted hundreds of allegedly captured Western weapons in a bitter attempt to show the West he is not losing his brutal war in Ukraine. The Russian military put on display more than 800 weapons and pieces of war equipment it claims to have taken ownership of on the battlefield during an exhibition at Patriot Park in Kubinka on Tuesday. Images from the event show military gear ranging from UK-made trucks and American Humvees to assault rifles and Swedish tanks. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, who opened the exhibition, claimed that Ukraine's ability to fight is almost exhausted. He added that the bloody conflict has laid bare vulnerabilities in Western weapons systems that Moscow will soon reveal. Shoigu said in a public speech, "In the special military operation, the Russian army has debunked many myths about the superiority of Western military standard." The preliminary results of combat operations show that Ukraine's military resources are almost exhausted. But the minister, one of Putin's highest-ranking allies, refused to provide detailed evidence to back up these statements. He added, "We have data on the destruction of German tanks, American armored vehicles, British missiles and other weapon systems." But he did note at the security conference in Moscow that Russia's invasion of Ukraine has still proven to be a challenging test. But the Kremlin still claims it will achieve all its ultimate aim in Ukraine and is ready to engage in a long and drawn-out conflict until it is victorious. Western countries were not invited to the Moscow conference. Senior Russian officials and counterparts from allied nations including Belarus, China, and India were in attendance instead. Middle Eastern and African representatives were also present. The U.S. and its Western allies have been providing Kyiv with a vital supply of weapons for at least 18 months as the brutal conflict rages on. Moscow has continually warned that the ongoing stream of Western lethal aid will only prolong Putin's illegal invasion. On Monday, Washington announced a $200 million military aid package for Ukraine including artillery rounds, tactical vehicles and mine-clearing gear. It also includes missiles for the High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, HIMARS, and the Patriot Air Defense System, munitions for howitzers and tanks, Javelin rockets. Ukraine has already received more than $43 billion from the U.S. since Russia invaded last year. Those funds have provided weapons systems like howitzers and millions of rounds of ammunition to fend off Russia's superior advanced military might. But as Kyiv presses ahead with its slow-progressing counter-offensive against the Russian onslaught, concerns Ukraine is running low on ammunition are growing. Washington has pledged to keep sending weapons to ensure Ukraine's counteroffensive efforts prove successful. Pentagon Deputy Press Secretary Sabrina Singh said at a press briefing on Tuesday, "We feel confident that we can continue to supply Ukraine with what it needs on the battlefield." "I'm just not going to get ahead of anything in terms of any supplemental or any additional requests to Congress." Quote,